Fast forward, you come our channel, you saw her, a GH Politics Avenue, podcast social training because making headlines, and a gym need be exumo, and indeed my raximu, your more writing simu. Now, Chief Justice Torkonoo Asweye and Amado URCCA, a UK Bar Council and Commonwealth lawyers are demanding an immediate reinstatement. No, and I'm not going to say, NDC communicators be a transit say letter when they buy, you know, a disrespectful na omufa apology embra John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency na omu empanacho because omuni moral right be as ombeshe nekete say Chief Justice Torkonoo no obesan edeno ayedai onsan emfa no nta akunya so ebiem when is sama hodo a onua ekoso chena no so a me no ka say ehu behia say ohu de ekọ ene de ba yan semre yemonwuram na inti nsem no mu yi pa.
Co-panelists, and good morning to your good self.
Thank you.
Let me just do this. You know, the past week, because of the events, there was a great man that we needed to celebrate. Unfortunately, because of the event, we couldn't. In the person of a man I'll call the rabbi, Mr. Chachukata. Yeah. We're supposed to celebrate his 50 years as a lawyer, an academic,
and a mentor.
A mentor. You know, everything that you need in a man. But the unfortunate events, and so he had to reschedule it. I want to use your esteemed platform to wish him the very best. The truth of the matter is that persons like him are the people who have inspired us to where we are. Even at his very ripe age now, he still goes to courts. I remember the last time.
He still does?
Yes, the last time with him at the airport, he was going to court in Kumasi, and I was saying, oh, Dumega, you know, like, he said, look, I still have, you know, the strength, the sharpness of mind to practice. And so today, I just want to use this platform to thank him so much for what he has done for us. You know, for some of us who have worked with him that personal, I remember during the election petition, the last one, he will do the processes, I'll go pick it, go and do the filing. You call me, go to the library, look for these cases. For me, it was privilege. To even lace his boots alone, for me, was a great thing. And I just want to thank God for his life. And I'm sure there are many, many other persons that he had impacted.
All right.
Include myself. So
yes. So
myself.
he's associated.
Lawyer Apia Dankwa is also here. He's one of the. You said disgranting. We'll be talking about that second, but it's a good one too.
Good morning, Roland. A good morning to Energy and.
You have prepared this morning for mischief.
Yeah, and just to say that I associate myself in entirety to Energy's tribute to the great man himself. What even touches me is his humility. As in for somebody of his stature, he's a man of faith. And he's a very humble man, and well, I don't know him as in personally, but somebody that I have immense respect for. When we went to the law school, we were unfortunate, we were missed him, but we were taught by his brother, Šhǒcǩ, another very great man, and so it's sad that our opportunity to celebrate such a great man had to be cast aside by the unfortunate incident of last week. Yes, and I lost two of the members, two of the gallant eight. I knew personally. Mutala, as such an intellectual, another great man, very humble. And then Dr. Sapon, he called me his nephew. He had a man of immense wisdom. I always say this: he is one man who could control the room without uttering a word. Ghana, I know for me the loss is not NDC's. I think it's Ghana's loss. And may their soul rest in peace once again.
All right. Dr. Bernard Tutu-Boahing, thank you for joining us as well, and good morning. Welcome.
Yes, thanks, Good morning to you, Roland. Good morning to my two lawyers, Addo and
All right. And so in the second half, we'll be joined by Professor Smart Sapon. We know that he's with the Kumasi Technical University, but critically also does a lot of polls, and so he's now known as a pollster significantly. And so we'll be talking to him on the now open gates by the MPP leadership for those members to return, and all the names that keep coming up were many, but the most important one was Alan John Kojo Tremantin as well, for which Lawyer Pierre Dankwa is closely associated with. Indeed, Solomon Owusu, who unfortunately won't be coming this weekend, so we can't ask him the question. He's traveled, so we'll see how that goes. But let's take you through what the statement has been from the Attorney General. But the Attorney General's response was to the Commonwealth Association of Lawyers, so to speak. And then we have the one also for England and Wales, that Association of Lawyers. And it says that it's in response to the statement by the Bar Council of England and Wales and the Commonwealth Lawyers Association on the suspension of the Chief Justice. And importantly, they say that the suspension of the Chief Justice is Triton law, and then all the processes within our constitution, the 1992 constitution, being followed, and having particular focus on Article 146, and then if they were not apprised, those who uttered the statement through the processes and whether there was prima facie determination or not, leading to where we are currently, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's just a sharp rebuttal or response, so to speak. It's been getting the traction over the weekend. And Lawyer Dj Tamaklo, would you say that the statement by the Attorney General is to spite these two important composition or associations of lawyers, of especially the Commonwealth, England, Wales, the reputation? Dj Tamaklo.
Okay. So once again, I want to just thank you. I noticed that you mentioned my senior brother, Jude Agbamaba.
Yes.
A while ago.
Yes.
I'll be following up on the promise by Minister, my senior brother, Honorable Kwame Agboja, on the bridge over the Oti at Dambai. It's a very dear project to me. But that said, I looked at the statement by the Commonwealth Lawyers Association and the Bar Council of England and Wales. First of all, let's put matters in proper perspective. These two groups are what you call professional association, like the way we have Boys Brigade and what have you. That is what it is. You understand? It is like how we have Ghana Medical and Dental Council in Ghana. It is like how we have the Ghana Bar Association here, Nigerian Bar Association. That is what they are. Now, when you read their statement, particularly the caption, immediately and without delay, that's arrogance.
What do you mean by arrogance, Addo?
That is complete arrogance. That statement is completely condescending. I think they should withdraw it.
They should withdraw?
Yes, and apologize to the President of the Republic of Ghana. What impudence. Like in a typical away home, they will say, "Border way."
Border way.
I mean, look at you.
Who are you?
Like, who are you?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? How dare you?
Is that not an insult or perhaps spiting them?
I mean, like, seriously? Look, first of all, President John Dramani Mahama derives his mandate from 57% of persons who were eligible to vote on the 7th day of December 2024. And of this number, he did an impressive 57% That is the kind of person we are talking about. He is not the president of a girls or boys guide. He is not the president of an association of professional bodies. No. He is the president of the Sovereign Republic of Ghana. Whoever puts, and that is why you see that the statement is not signed by any named person. Because I wish to address that person, like, personally.
You would have addressed that person personally?
Yes. Because that statement is so insulting. I mean, whoever put that statement together possibly needs self-respect. Never again are we going to entertain. And I'm restraining myself. Because how in God's name would a president who has taken the oath of office, please go to the Constitution 1992, at the back, oath of office for the President of the Republic of Ghana. Oath of office for the President of the Republic of Ghana.
It says, I,
yes,
that will be the President.
Exactly.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Yes.
Solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
As by law
Why is this
established.
significant?
It is so significant because having taken the oath and affirm or swore that he is going to respect the laws of this republic, and guess who? Before whom he took that oath? Madam Torkonoo, now suspended Chief Justice. And if you look at the tail end of the oath, what does he say? That he will suffer the pain if he disobeys what the Constitution says. It's in there.
Yes. It says, I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break his oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana and suffer the penalty for it.
Suffer the penalty.
How does this come in here, Edwige?
Everything that has happened relative to her ladyship, the Chief Justice's impeachment processes, are all constitutionally sanctioned. The President, John Dramani Mahama, took an oath of office, and that he will respect the laws of this country. So on what basis would this Bar Council of England and Wales, in this arrogant manner,
a very important association, won't you say,
tell President John Dramani Mahama to immediately and without delay? How dare they? Look, you see, there are some group of people who don't care to even sell their country once it feeds into their interests. For 8 solid years, that President Akuffo ruled this country. Was there any time that any group of people or an association had the courage to even tell him, look, even when the president removed Domelevo, a decision that the Supreme Court of Ghana subsequently described as unconstitutional, where was this group? Oh, Domelevo is not a lawyer, so he does not deserve the protection of the Constitution. England and Wales, yes, it's true, they don't have a written constitution, but they have rules and procedure to guide how they govern. That is what has ensured order in that country. In this case, every procedure required under the Constitution 1992 had been complied with. Guess what? If you read the statement, it is the very legal argument, how sophisticated they are, that have been canvassed in our courts. That is basically what they reproduced. The same sentiments. The Supreme Court of Ghana had the occasion to make pronouncement on the processes in this impeachment thing. The Supreme Court had a fair. Everything done by the president so far has complied with the law. First, my brother Vincent Assefuwa was the first to go to court. And in a very interesting legal submission, and for some of us, we have always raised issues. He went to court and said A, B, C, D. What was the ruling of the Supreme Court on the injunction? Dismissed. Correct. Everything that the president had done so far is to ensure that he respects the independence of the judiciary. What would have been the position of the Bar Council of England and Wales, the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, if the president was the petitioner? Imagine for a minute that the petition in these ongoing removal processes was triggered by a petitioner called John Dramani Mahama. What would they say? Due process, rule of law. In this case, the petitioners are completely distinct from the president. The president has a constitutional duty to perform. Sui generis. It's not a duty cast on any other person in this republic today. Only John Dramani Mahama. Like Pontius Pilate, you have the duty to conduct a certain thing. How come that in all of this, the Bar Council of England and Wales have not been able to cite any breach of any of our laws, be it the Constitution, a statute, or any rule of law or rule of procedure? It's unfortunate, very unfortunate, and I think the Bar Council of England and Wales must, maybe let me use their own words, immediately and without delay, withdraw that statement and apologize to the good people of Ghana.
In response to what they also said, they said immediately without delay.
Now, I am saying that immediately and without delay, they must withdraw that their statement, arrogant statement, condescending statement. But you see, I've learned something. In life, when you find yourself in a hole and your intention is to come out, one of the things that you must avoid is to dig further.
And who is in the hole wanting to dig further? I don't understand what you are insinuating.
Obanyansafo, yebunebe, yenkanasem. Listen, we were here when we were told that Her Ladyship, the former suspended Chief Justice, had gone to where? ECOWAS court, correct?
Yeah.
What's the outcome of that? There was supposed to be an interim injunction. What happened? She wrote to the ECOWAS court that during this vacation period, they must hear the matter. What was the outcome? She had been to the High Court, human rights. What was the outcome? In fact, the court described the processes that she filed as blatant abuse of process. Vincent Assefuwa went to the court. What happened? My own senior brother, Kwabena Bonfe and others, went to the Supreme Court with a writ, an association. What happened? Then she herself, taking the benefit that the Constitution guarantees her, yes, went to the Supreme Court. What happened? Which one of these processes has President Mahama interfered in? The Constitution, Article 146, and I'll conclude on this, is one unique constitutional provision that had received a lot of judicial pronouncements. If you recall, the Ghana Bar Association, carefully, seeking to circumvent this constitutional provision, do you know what they did? They issued a writ. The Ghana Bar Association, so an association of lawyers can also get the law wrong. They went to the Supreme Court to challenge the qualification, eligibility, blah, 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 of Justice Aban. You remember?
Yeah.
When they got to the Supreme Court, knowing that it would be difficult for them to trigger Article 146, they decided to use a writ action to achieve the very end of Article 146. Go and read the reasoning of Justice Pegan, Ejaben and Co. At one point, Justice Pegan even said, quote, that an association of lawyers, the crème de la crème, ought to know better. So, the fact that this letter is coming from the Bar Council of England and Wales, Commonwealth Lawyers Association, is a demonstrable evidence that even lawyers, regardless of the pedestal you put them, can get it wrong.
Commonwealth?
Yes.
England and Wales?
Yes. I'm so disappointed when I read it.
Significant association, important association.
And look at the timing of the statement itself. At the point of national tragedy, they decided to put salt in our eyes. These guys are insensitive. They have no respect for Ghanaians. We shouldn't entertain them. Look, this one, it matters not whether you are NDC or NPP. There are a few things that should bring us together. And this is one. It's about the sovereignty of Ghana. It's about who we are. Yes, it may give you certain political mileage today, but where does it lead us to?
Now, if you take a look at the second page and the footnote, it says that the Bar Council represent approximately 17,000 barristers in England and Wales.
Do you know the number of persons who voted for President Mahama? Do you know the number of persons who went to the poll in 2024? 700,000.
17,000.
17,000. That's not even up to one polling station in Ketu North.
No, but this is a representation
they should respect
of lawyers in England and Wales.
Please.
And then the Commonwealth Lawyers also is an international non-profit organization which exists to promote and maintain the rule of law throughout the Commonwealth. And so somebody will say that you go up there and they say there should be the provision of transparent rules of procedure to guide the disciplinary processes that have been taken against the suspended Chief Justice so far. And of course, the main phrase now is immediately and without delay. Reinstate.
Roland.
Why should this be cast into the bin and not be given credence? Lawyer Piadankwa.
Even if there were 1 billion people, the association, even if there were 1 billion people, it would not have given what they've done any legitimacy.
Why not?
It would not, because Ghana is a sovereign nation. We are sovereign. I know my brother Eduji said that they should apologize to the president of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In fact, I would say they should apologize to the people of Ghana, because President Mahama is not using his powers. President Mahama is using powers that the people of Ghana give him. In the spirit of the oath that he took, the oath was beyond the oath being to always show allegiance.
We any in some of the because watch channel so I'm not so Jimbre Ewaha. The sense of I didn't dare don't be Edomiania. In Sham Nian Sensum.